So happy you came out for this occasion. This is a real honor to Sergeant Higgins, well-deserved, probably overdue. I'm Tim Jacobs. I'm the commander of the Tri-State Civil War Roundtable based out of Quincy, and I guess I'm kind of your MC. I'll be kind of telling you what we're doing, but certainly like to thank the Historical Society of Quincy and Adams County, and really a big thank you to the National Society of Daughters of the Union, because they helped underwrite this monument that you're going to see today. And also Harrison Monuments have helped us do these dedications. This is the 8th in our series of Civil War dedications, and I'm really, really excited about this one. So, I will tell you that Rob Mellon, who's executive director of the got stuck behind a tractor. Would you believe this is planting season in the Midwest? Only in the Midwest, but I see that he did make it, so he will be able to make a few comments on Higgins' life. But to start the program, I would like to introduce Cheryl Morris, who's with the National Society of Daughters of the Union. She's going to make a few brief remarks.
Today, we honor Civil War Medal of Honor recipient Thomas Higgins for his merited terrorist actions. This service of remembrance reminds us that nothing is really ended until it is forgotten. Whatever is kept in memory still endures. May this ceremony today help to keep alive an appreciation of our American heritage and the courage of Thomas Higgins. Thank you.
Thank you, Cheryl. And now, Rob Mellon, as I said, the executive director of the Historical Society of Quincy and Adams County, straight from behind a tractor. He's going to give a few remarks on Sergeant Higgins.
I wasn't alone, it was a line. Well, thanks everybody for coming. I just have a brief overview of Thomas Higgins. So Thomas Higgins, it's an Irish name, but he actually grew up in Quebec. And by 1860, he was living and working in Barrie, Illinois, which is in Pike County, not too far from here. And he was a shoe and boot maker. And when the war started, shortly after that, about a year after the war started, in 1862, he joined the 99th Illinois Infantry. Now, he was in Company D of the Illinois Infantry, but as I looked through the record, sometimes he was assigned to Company A, but for the most part, he was in Company D. And the 99th was assigned to the Army of Tennessee, and eventually that will fall under the command of General Grant. So they were in Missouri. The 99th was with the Army of the Tennessee in Missouri and throughout that, and he was involved in different things, Champions Hill and things like that. But where he really earned his distinction was at Vicksburg. Now Vicksburg, as you probably know, ended up to be a huge campaign. And General Grant initially thought in the middle of May of 1863 that he would try these assaults on the defenses of Vicksburg, and the 99th was involved in one of these assaults. And on May 22nd, 1863, Thomas Higgins had volunteered to be the color bearer. The color bearer had been a casualty, and he had volunteered to be the color bearer for the 99th. They were running up against the 2nd Texas Infantry in the defenses of Vicksburg. So they had a massive assault. They were turned back. Most of the 99th, nearly all of the 99th had fallen back. But as the smoke cleared, Thomas Higgins kept charging the breastworks there at Vicksburg, right where the 2nd Texans were stationed. 100 Texans lined to fire at Thomas Higgins. They fired. When the smoke cleared from that, Thomas Higgins appeared unscathed, still charging the breastworks, with the rest of the 99th nowhere to be found, but he still kept forward. At this point, the 2nd Texans decided, we're not going to fire on Thomas Higgins anymore, and they started cheering him on. Well, eventually he gets to the breastworks and they congratulate Thomas Higgins, but then he's immediately captured. And the interesting thing about Higgins is he's actually interrogated by General Pendleton himself, and he refuses to give any information up. So not only were they, they admired his courage, but they also admired his dedication to the effort in protecting General Grant's movements, unit compositions, and so forth. He refused to give that information up. They held that admiration for Higgins for many, many years. So a few days after he's captured, he's paroled. He's in a prison exchange with some other soldiers, and he goes back to the 99th, and he continues service in the 99th to July of 1865. And he spent time in Louisiana, Texas, Alabama. Spent a lot of time in New Orleans, for example. July of 1865 is when Thomas Higgins is released from his service. So he leaves service in July of 1865. He comes back to work in Barry, and then as a shoemaker. And then in the 1890s, it was the 2nd Texans who actually petitioned the Army to make sure that Thomas Higgins was awarded the Medal of Honor. And he received that in the 1890s. And then he lived in Hannibal at the end of his life. And he died in 1917. And so we're here today to commemorate a proud son of not only Illinois, but Missouri, which there's a lot of residents around here that are just like that. And we're very proud of that as also. So we're here to recognize Medal of Honor winner, Thomas Higgins.
Thank you, Rob. I don't think they make men like Higgins much, even at that time, because that was a very, very unusual and brave thing to do. Without further ado, I'd like to have Cheryl come back with Leslie Reynolds, and we will unveil our historical marker. Thank you all again for coming, and I'd like to thank the Honor Guard, Ms. Young for playing caps, and Sergeant Thomas Higgins. We salute you. I would ask everybody if they could come up and read the marker. It's a beautiful marker that Harrison did for us, and that concludes today's.